Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Friday, June 7th, 2024, post-market wrap-up here. I apologize for not getting this set up. I usually set up the live stream about an hour before me coming out here because I want you guys and girls to have a time to chat. However, I was on with Kate Daly, the Kate Daly Show. I just finished that. If you guys want to catch something very informative, watch Kate Daly. She's on top of it. She knows what's going on, and I think we had a really good talk, her and I. You probably could find it online right now. It was live. Anyway, she's out of St. George. Anyway, people, look, I got paper everywhere, every freaking where here. We need to talk, you and me, about what's happening with commodities, silver, the freaking fake jobs report that we just got. I don't even know where to start. Let's start off with with this. Okay, Greg, what's happening to gold and silver today? All right. I got bombarded with this, so I figured, let's just start off with that. Now, it's interesting. Obviously, I think if you're paying attention, you saw what happened. This is what happened today to gold and silver. They got hit pretty damn good. Now, if you're paying any attention here to the mainstream media, which I'm sure some of you, or most of you hopefully are not, they're trying to tell you, all right, that it's China. China is pausing their purchases of gold. First of all, nothing could possibly be farther from the truth. What do we know for a fact? It always comes down to what we know. And you can do your own research on this, or you can believe me, or whatever the heck you want to do. Central banks are loading up on this stuff. And there's a reason why central banks are loading up on this. It has nothing to do, and I mean zero, with returning to a gold standard. We'll talk more about that later here. But so the propaganda ministry, CNBC, Bloomberg, they're telling you that, this is on the back of China. Well, how does that explain the fact that cryptocurrencies got hit too today? See all the red? You see all that red? Is that because China's not buying gold, or they're pausing? No, this is a deception. It's a distraction. Let Greg Mannarino explain to you, because I already did, what's causing what we're seeing here. Go back over the last few weeks. I have explained repeatedly. This is what's going on, people. The game remains risk on, despite the fact what we witnessed today. We had a pretty profound sell-off in the debt market. The 10-year yield spiked, caught a lot of your attention out here. You wrote to me, hey, Greg, you watched the 10-year yield? Yes. Not only am I watching it, I watched this MMRI, my own little masterful creation, free to everybody, link in the description of this video. Thanks, Hip Checker. I appreciate that. And Miss Two, you. But look at what's going on here. All right. So we dropped below the support level. Okay, this is the 10-year yield selling off in the dollar. Did you watch the dollar today on a relative strength basis? Bang! Up like 0.8% off on the back of this so-called fantastic jobs report, which we'll talk about in just a moment. But look what happened here. So we fell below clearly. Now we're right up against. This was support. Now this becomes resistance. You see what I'm talking about? We want to see this drop. Or if you're on the opposite side of this trade, you want to see this go up. All right. If this breaks out above again, stock market is going to hate it. Tyler, thank you. Albert R., thank you too. So you and me are watching this level, okay? Big time. Big Philly, thank you too. Licking silver and day keeps the Fed away. Yeah. So keep your eyes on this, people. I sent this is something I sent to all of you earlier about what was going on, the MMRI here. So please do subscribe to my newsletter. It's actually free. It's really free. So I hope you guys and girls pay attention to that. Now, let us move forward. So we got this apparently miraculous information here on the jobs front. Let's see. The U.S. adds a much better than expected 272,000 jobs in May, but unemployment unexpectedly went higher. How does that work? The Economist poll predicted 190,000. We got 272. Number has no bearing on reality whatsoever. Period. The end. Again, as you and I also discussed, they got to distract people from what's actually going on. All the bad economic news that was actually getting attention from the mainstream media. Excuse me. We said they were going to turn this around. Remember right here? Here's part of the propaganda. They have to convince people everything is great. Now, with regard to Barron's here, this is an interesting headline. I want to pay attention. So, problems for the Fed. Bond yields jump after this so-called nonsensical fake news. Okay. No, see, there is no problem here for the Fed. The problem is for you and me. I know and you know the Fed is going to buy it all. This is their goal, to buy it all. Yes, the Fed is loading up on gold. Yes, central banks, including China, okay, are loading up on gold. Has nothing to do with going back to a gold standard here. While we're on that topic, just real quick, let me ask you, we're friends, right? You and I, we can talk about anything, I think, at least I hope so. Why is it, in your opinion, I want you to think for a moment, why is it that central banks are loading up on gold right now? Is it because they really care so much about you and they want to bring the system back to a wealth-based system? Is that what they're really looking to do? How about no? Central banks are hoarding gold because they know what you know. They know what I know, that this entire system is coming down. Okay, they're doing it. It's being deconstructed. A meltdown in the debt market is going to occur. Not until after the selection, maybe. We'll see when we get to the presidential selection here. We know that currency devaluation is coming, no matter who they stick behind the resolute desk, whatever traitor they put there. We know that rates are going to be suppressed further, no matter what traitor they put behind the resolute desk. Doesn't matter. Ain't helping you. Central banks are bringing the world to their knees, and you all know that. They're loading up on gold, like you and me are, okay, because they realize debt market meltdown means stock markets are going to melt down and cash is going to move into risk-off assets. The game remains risk-on. The truth behind this today, and even some of this, is the setup for the market is to go higher. Cash comes out of things it should be going into, like gold, like silver, even cryptocurrencies, commodities, because they're opening up a doorway for cash to make its way into the stock market. We covered this over the last few weeks that it would happen. So for those of you that wrote to me today, hey, Greg, what's going on with gold and silver? You knew already. You knew already. I told you this was going to happen, and I'm telling you again what I said. Buy it. Buy the dips. This stuff is on sale. I don't know another way to put this to everybody. Look, this is a long game, okay? We realize where this is going. Do you think for a nanosecond, honestly, that the currency devaluation is going to stop? That the debts and deficits ballooning out of control are going to stop? That the deconstruction of society is going to stop so central banks can reform it the way they want to, which is a central bank digital currency here? And the BRICS are in on it too. For those of you out here who have a pipe dream that we're going to get a go-back currency, really, do you think central banks are going to give up their one and only power, their power to issue debt? All these freaking, they're all run by the same people. You know all this already. They're not going to give it up. They will wipe out 75% of the population of the planet if they have to, before they will give up their power to issue debt. That's all they do. They set the price for the value of their product, which is their currency that we are all forced into slavery to work for the privilege to borrow it from a central bank. There is no way on this earth, off this earth, or anywhere else that we're going back to a gold standard. So anyone who's selling you that is selling you propaganda because they don't understand the system. They don't understand it. I don't know what to tell you. I don't think there's a person on this planet, besides you and me, who understand what's really going on here with central banks, what they're doing to the world right now. This is no comedy of errors, people. And they're hoarding gold because they realize what's eventually going to happen to the price action of commodities overall, and especially gold and silver. More so silver than any other asset on the planet Earth. You all know that. You know what backs the dollar? I was writing this down today. War, death, debt expansion, enslavement. That's what backs central bank issued. Those people. What? I mean, what else can I tell you? That's just the truth. And they are the ones that set the price. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Really, Mitch knows what I'm talking about. It's a terrible thing. Look, stop Stop looking for an avenue or a person or a party that is going to enrich your life. All right, you have control over your own destiny, not any freak they're going to put behind the Resolute desk or anywhere else in the freaking world or any politician or any group of people. When you realize that you and you alone have control of your own destiny, and you stop following the nonsensical propaganda that's being fish fed to you in every one of your orifices, deep in the heart of the gabagool included, then you'll realize what's happening and what you can do about it. Because you can sit back here, and I always tell you, go cover yourself in a blanket in some corner of your room and suck your thumb off, or you can take action here. Oh, man, I'm telling you, man. Yeah, Bricks Nations ain't going to save you, buddy, or anybody else out here. Okay? It's all a game. This whole thing is a game. Nothing is what it's meant. It seems to be. Zero. I like my corner. I like my corner too. All right. Anyway, people, look. What else can we talk about here? I mean, I look at this environment. Let me explain this to you in case you don't know. Every day, I wake up and say, what can I do actually to improve just my own life, but all of you too? All right, I want to touch people's lives in a positive way. All right. I'm a very direct guy. I get that. And a lot of people don't like my style, and that's okay. All right. The truth, you want to make an enemy? You want to make an enemy like this? You tell them the truth. They're going to hate your guts for it, but maybe they'll come around. A lot of people eventually do come around here. But understanding the system, people, this is not rocket science. Okay. So every day I wake up, I think about what can I do to make the world a better place. I'll make people understand what's happening. Okay. I think together, you and I, we have created a worldwide family, and we all making a difference out here. And that's what matters. Okay. When we go all meet the Almighty, okay, we can say, at least we tried something. We tried to do something. We tried to make a positive difference in the world. So many people don't, unfortunately. And people who are very close to me are in that boat too. But that's okay too. Anyway, what was I saying? So then I say to myself, okay, where are the opportunities here again for me and the people that follow this blog? And I think this is an environment where there is so much opportunity everywhere, not just with regard to the financial system, people with, again, having each other's backs, looking out for each other, coming together. What are they, the people that run this entire show, and I'm talking about it's the central banks. It ain't the Bidens, the Trumps, or any of the freaking freaks here, okay? They need to keep us in a state of anger, a state of hatred. They need to keep us deceived, decepted, looking in the wrong spots. When they tell you to focus on something or someone, okay, something else is going on there. This is the how they work, the mainstream media. None of it is on. Even a lot of these, look, there's a lot of other propaganda going on out here. Okay. Even people I used to, I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay. Very disappointing, some things that are going on here, but that's a whole other set of things. And I'm not even going to talk about it. But anyway, look, we covered so much here, people. You understand what's really going on here, why central banks are hoarding gold. You understand that this today had nothing to do with China's so-called pausing purchases here. I guess that affected crypto too, I guess, huh? How about no? It's zero. It's the environment that's being set up. Because let me tell you something, this issue that we watched today with the debt market, the sell-off ain't going to last. The central bank's goal is to buy it all. Once you realize that, you're going to know everything. Okay. They control all of it. Okay. That's it. And again, we have the high ground because we are way, way, way smarter than they are. We know what they want. We know what they're working towards. This has been over a century in the making. People, don't take my word for any of this stuff here. It's all available. It's hidden in plain sight. All this information. You think I'm not the smartest guy around here. As a matter of fact, I guarantee you, all of you, including C Wife here, you're all smarter than me. I just dig and dig and dig and look at things and talk to people. That's another thing here. Go out, make friends with people. because they don't want you to do that. They want you to be locked up in your house wearing a mask where people can't see, or a diaper on your face so you look like a fool, where people have no idea who you actually are here. We're supposed to interact with each other, okay? We're a social people, but no, they can't have that. They got to make you hate this guy and hate that one and hate these people because of this, whatever the freak it is. Tyler knows exactly what I'm talking about. You get it, people here? It's so easy to figure out this game. It's so simple to understand what we are doing and why we're doing it. Does this make sense to you? I hope so, because if not, I'm getting a freaking headache right now. My blood pressure must be high. All right. So, with that said, I want to thank all of you for being here. I want to thank you for those thumbs up. I know we can do better with that. All right. We got to get this information out, people. I'm counting on you for that. I am counting on you to give these videos a thumbs up, to share this stuff on your social, to talk to people. They might think you will live on another planet, but the fact is they don't even know who they are. They don't know what they're doing or what. They know they get up in the morning like drones and they march into work for the privilege or the right to borrow fiat currency from a central bank for which they set the price. And they're devaluing their currency. They're going to get any freak to sit behind the Resolute desk to carry on their mission. We're being told the truth right now by certain people running for president, what they're going to do. You think that's going to help you? Really? No one here is that stupid. It's absolutely and freaking possible. All right. So before I get more crazy here, what we're going to do, people, is we're going to put this week behind us. All right. We're going to start off on Sunday with the markets a look ahead. And it's going to be, there's a lot of interesting stuff. Look, with the weekend stuff, always keep your eyes open for false flags, for something to go on here that we're not supposed to know about. Pay attention to what's happening here. It's the truth. I know some of you call it false flag Fridays. It's just a coincidence that 9 times out of 10 we see a false flag after the market closes or on a weekend here, just so it doesn't affect the market. Bitcoin to 100,000. Maurice Williams. I think it's going way higher than that, bro. Way higher than that. But that's just my take on it. And you're all entitled to your own take on that too. You know what? While we're talking about Bitcoin, okay. If we understand, okay, that it's the Fed in this case, or a central bank, that sets the value of the currency, and they would love to have an ally in the White House. Okay, you have to understand the wording here is very interesting. Certain people, and I think you know who I'm talking about, is talking about currency devaluation and lower rates and stuff. That would make the Fed more happy than anything on the face of the earth if they got another ally here. The guy there now doesn't know what's happening, and it ain't his fault because he's old and decrepit. Get somebody else in there who has a way of persuading people and making them, convince them that we need to devalue the currency. We need to keep rates suppressed. This is good for you. Oh, central banks are going to love that because they need an ally. Nothing would make them more happy than having an ally like that behind their Resolute desk, and that's a fact. But with regard to Bitcoin and talking about central bank, so if we understand central banks set the value, who sets the value for Bitcoin? You do. You do. It's the people that hold it. These are not central bank issued things or anything. You own them. Why do you think I own this stuff? If I didn't think this stuff had value in some kind of a way, I wouldn't own it. Okay. I'm telling you the truth. And again, you're all entitled to your own opinion on this. I look at, when I was on the Kate Daly show, someone asked a question, someone had called in and asking about this, what metrics I went over the 2 metrics I look at. When I look at any asset, let me know if this makes sense to you. If someone presents me with whatever it might be, okay, you should invest in this, you should invest in that, whatever it might be. I want to look at basically 2 things. I want to look at its market cap, the overall value of whatever that asset or asset class may be. And the second thing I want to look at, is it widely held? Okay. Now, in the case of, let's say, Bitcoin or crypto, okay, we understand a couple of things. It is not widely held. Very few people own it. The market cap, the entire value of the crypto space, is about 1 Dow component. So what does that tell you? Should be a no-brainer. There's enormous potential for growth here. It's really just, it's that simple here. I don't know another way to put it. But again, even those of you that don't understand it, it can't possibly hurt you to have a little bit, just a little bit, a fraction of a fraction of a fraction in your portfolio. And I think you'll be happy down the line here. All right. Yeah, I know. I know this whole thing with the new vaccine. It's outrageous. Okay, it's I don't even want to talk about it. My blood pressure will go through the roof and through the freaking stratosphere and far beyond the sun. Shout out to Ingve Malmsteen. All right, people. Look, so we're gonna get out of here. So that means that you and I are gonna do what we do every Friday. You ready? Bring it in. No one's looking. Love each other. Care about each other. Be charitable people. We got each other. We got this system down cold. So that makes us very, very powerful, honestly. And that's it. All right. So I'll see you on Sunday. All right. This guy here loves you a lot from the heart. I mean that with all I got. And until we meet again, what am I going to tell you? Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Have a great, safe weekend.